Take a slow breath and let the day soften at the edges. Inhale gently through your nose and exhale slowly, like a small wave returning to the shore. You are safe here. You are seen. You are loved. Jesus, we come to you tonight with open hands and tired hearts. Set a calm over this room and over this mind. Nothing must be solved now. It is enough to be still, to be held, to be quietly welcomed. Let your shoulders drop and your jaw loosen. Unknit the brow. Allow the eyes to grow heavy. Imagine the weight of the day sliding off like a coat at the door. Every errand, every message, every plan can wait. Jesus, receive what we cannot carry a moment longer. Take the ache from the corners of this day and smooth the rough places with your gentleness. Let quiet begin to rise, unhurried and kind. Breathe in a little more space and breathe out whatever clings. With each exhale, release a thread of worry. With each inhale, welcome a steadying peace. If a thought tugs at you, place it carefully in your hands, Jesus, as if setting a fragile thing on a soft cloth. Nothing breaks in your keeping. Nothing is ignored. Everything is attended to in a wiser rhythm than our own. Let the breath become a lullaby. Picture a soft lamp glowing in a quiet room. The walls are warm. The night air is gentle. You are not alone here. You have never been alone. Jesus, keep watch as we settle. Guard the edges of our rest. Calm the echoes that grow loud when the world grows quiet. Invite the body to grow heavier, the mind to grow slower, the heart to feel sheltered, like a bird finally folded under safe wings. We set down the small stings of the day, the hurried words, the missteps, the unfinished lists. We set down the larger questions too, the ones with no clear answer tonight. You know what happened. You know what is needed next. Teach us to trust the in-between, the hour when seeds rest unseen and still become tomorrow's green. Let patience take the place of pressure. Let gentleness take the place of grit. We are allowed to rest. Now soften the breath again. Inhale for a quiet count of 4. Pause. Exhale for a tender count of 6. Feel the mattress hold you. Feel gravity doing its silent, faithful work. Jesus, wrap this room in your calm. Quiet the sudden noises. Quiet the quick thoughts. Quiet the startled heart. Draw a circle of peace around this bed. A hush that lingers. A kindness that does not hurry us along, but keeps us company. Gratitude arrives like a candle. Small, steady, enough. Thank you for warmth, for shelter, for the gift of lying down. Thank you for the moments of care we noticed and the ones that passed unseen. Thank you for breath, for the chance to begin again when morning comes. Until then, teach the body how to loosen, the mind how to float, the spirit how to lean into love without effort. Let night become a sanctuary of quiet grace. Let the night gather you gently, the way a shoreline gathers foam and hushes it into the sand. Feel how the bed supports you without asking anything in return. Jesus, we bring you the leftover noise, the pings, the scroll, the hurried glances, and we set them down like coins in a bowl. No more transactions tonight. Only presence, only breath, only the soft permission to be exactly as we are without polishing or proof. Notice the small places where tension hides, in the tongue pressed to the roof of the mouth, in the shoulders lifted like shields, in the toes curled for balance long after the day has ended. Unclasp them one by one. Jesus, be the warmth that loosens knots we cannot reach on our own. Be the quiet that makes room for quiet. Be the firm and tender hand that says, enough for now, rest. If thoughts arrive, greet them the way you would greet birds at a window, curious, kind, and unafraid. Let them perch for a moment, then watch them fly on. Not every message needs an answer. Not every puzzle needs solving in the dark. Jesus, teach us the wisdom of pausing. Tonight, may pause be prayer and prayer be simple. Stay close. With that, the mind can loosen its grip and float like a leaf in a gentle current. Feel the breath widen through the ribs, the abdomen soft as a tide moves in and out. Inhale like a quiet yes. Exhale like a long, relieved release. The air is cool and friendly. The room is safe and small in the best way. Jesus, fold this space into your care. Make the corners kind. Make the middle restful. Let calm accumulate molecule by molecule until even silence feels softly padded and welcoming. Bring to mind the good that visited today, however small. A look that understood, a sip of water when you were thirsty, a doorway held open, a piece of sun across the floor. Name 2 of them now. Let gratitude be a blanket thrown over the shoulders of your memory. Jesus, receive this thankfulness as enough. Not a performance, not a ledger, just a candle in the window of our tiredness, steady and bright. Now remember the moments that snagged you, the near miss, the awkward word, the plan that slid sideways. Lay them down like stones at the edge of a lake. They are solid, but they do not have to be carried further. Jesus, place your calm between us and the weight of them. Let the water of your gentleness lap and smooth their edges, so even memory becomes round and safe to touch in the morning light. Let your face grow heavy, features settling into peace. Imagine sleep as a room with the door already open, lamps low, blankets turned back, a note on the pillow that simply reads, "Welcome, Jesus. Guide us through that doorway. Keep watch while we sleep. Stand in the quiet like a faithful friend. May each breath be a small omen and each minute a stitch in the fabric of deep, untroubled rest." Let the room feel smaller in the best way, like a nest, like cupped hands. The walls hold their hush. The night carries you without rush. Let your breath be the softest metronome, ticking only toward gentleness. Jesus, draw near to this quiet. Sit with us in the dim and ordinary light. We do not need bright answers. We need a presence that does not leave. Be that nearness now, the calm that makes all other sounds distant. Soften the neck, the shoulders, the small muscles behind the eyes. Notice where the body is still braced for something that is no longer happening. Let that armor slip. You are not late. You are not behind. You are simply here, and here is enough. Jesus, loosen the invisible burdens we forget we carry. Melt the held breath, the half-spoken sentence, the rehearsed reply. Let our weight be welcomed by the bed, and our thoughts glide to quiet water. Imagine a slow tide washing the shore clean of footprints. Each wave is an exhale. Each retreat is its release. The sand remembers only the cool. Let this night be like that. A soft erasing of strain, a smoothing of edges. Jesus, be the tide that visits and revisits until even the stubborn marks surrender to peace. Where our minds want to sprint, give them permission to stroll. Where they want to cling, give them a gentle letting go. Name one thing you can feel: the blanket, the pillow's edge, the steadiness beneath you. Name one thing you can hear: the faint hum, the hush between sounds. Let these simple anchors keep you in the present, where rest waits with an open hand. Jesus, slow us to the speed of kindness. Unspool the tightness, thread by thread. Teach our hearts the rhythm of ease, the long exhale, the softened gaze, the sentence that doesn't need to finish. If old worries rise like shadows on a wall, do not chase them. Dim the lamp instead. Let them grow faint for lack of attention. Turn your face toward the steady things: breath, warmth, the ordinary gift of now. Jesus, place your peace like a gentle lamp at the bedside of our thoughts. Not glaring, not demanding, only enough light to know we are safe, and enough shade to invite our eyes to close without fear. Remember that rest is not wasted time. It is the soil where tomorrow's strength grows roots. Seeds do not shout as they become. They settle, They receive, they wait. Tonight, we take our place among quiet things that grow by being still. Jesus, bless this stillness. Let it be permission, not punishment. Let it be care, not a task. Fold our worries into the dark like letters we'll read with clearer eyes when morning writes its light. Now let the breath lengthen again, soft in, slower out. Imagine peace pooling at the base of the spine and rising like warm water to the chest, the throat, the face. With each breath, add another degree of ease. Jesus, keep watch at the threshold of sleep. Guard our going out from the day and our coming into rest. Hold this room in a circle of quiet and let slowness carry us forward like a small boat into gentle, healing dark. Let the mind step off the moving walkway of the day. Hear it slow, then stop, then grow quiet like snow settling on a field. You don't have to supervise the night. You don't have to hold the world together. Jesus, hold us instead. Take the spinning plates, the open tabs, the whispers that say, just one more thing. Close the lids, dim the screens. Let a soft darkness be our friend, not a space to fill, but a room to rest within. Soften the small places we forget, between the brows, around the lips, across the palms. Unclench the hands. Let the fingers lengthen and lie at ease. Feel warmth collect in the chest like a candle sheltered from wind. Jesus, shelter us that way, not with walls of effort, but with the simple nearness of your care. Where we push, invite us to lean. Where we brace, invite us to breathe. Where we hurry, invite us to arrive. If a memory taps at the window, acknowledge it gently and let the curtain fall. Not every scene needs reviewing tonight. We honor what happened without reliving it. We honor who we are becoming without forcing it. Jesus, give us a patient kindness toward ourselves. The tone you use when you say our name without hurry. Let that tone wrap the heart. Let it smooth the rough inner voice until even our thoughts speak softly to us. Notice the bed cradling you, the fabric meeting skin, the air moving like a slow tide. Let your breath match that tide, in and out, steady and small. With each exhale, release a degree of vigilance you do not need. With each inhale, welcome a degree of calm you do. Jesus, be the quiet center of this night. Make stillness the teacher, peace the practice, and rest the gift that arrives without being chased. We lay down the maps we drew today, the routes we hoped to take, the turns we missed, the places we couldn't reach. Fold them gently and set them aside. There will be time to open them in morning light. For now, the way is simple. Bed, breath, presence. Jesus, guide us along this small path to sleep. One step, soften. Another step, release. Another, trust. The destination is not far. It is already here in this quiet. Gratitude visits again, light-footed and real. Thank you for a meal, for a face that smiled back, for water, for a message that landed at the right time, for a moment of laughter that loosened the day. Count 2 blessings on your fingers and let that count be enough. Jesus, receive our thanks like a child's drawing pinned to the fridge, imperfect and precious. Let gratitude be the pillow beneath our thoughts, supportive, simple, and close. If the body fidgets, offer it softness instead of scolding. Adjust the pillow, tuck the blanket, find the angle where breath flows easiest. Tell your own muscles, thank you for working today. You can rest now, Jesus. Speak rest to our whole being, mind, body, and the quiet middle we call soul. Speak it like a blessing that sinks in slowly, layer by layer, until the last bit of tension unwinds and slips away without needing to be chased. And now let a hush deepen, the kind that does not demand silence, but invites it. Imagine the hours ahead like calm water, unbroken and kind. We set ourselves upon that water and trust it to hold. Jesus, keep watch in the gentle dark. Make the night a safe harbor and the bed a small, sturdy boat. Rock us with the rhythm of breath until sleep arrives, not as a conquest, but as a gift freely given and fully received. Let the night become a harbor, and you, a quiet boat coming home. Feel the gentle sway of breath guiding you to the mooring, in and out, patient and small. You do not have to navigate anymore. The lights are already on at the dock. Jesus, guide the last inches of this day. Tie off the loose lines. Let our hearts settle to still water where nothing needs steering. Notice how rest is not a demand but an invitation. Like a chair pulled out at a table, like a bed turned down with care. Rest waits for you without judgment. Sit in it. Lie in it. Let it receive your full weight. Jesus, teach us to accept what is offered. Where we resist, soften us. Where we brace, ease us open. Where we doubt, reassure us with your quiet presence. If the mind tries to scan for what it might have missed, give it a gentle job that does no harm. Count 4 heartbeats on the inhale and 6 on the exhale. 4 in, 6 out. Again, let numbers become a lullaby, simple and kind. Jesus, keep our focus small and merciful. Shrink the horizon until it holds only breath, warmth, and the ordinary goodness of being here. Bless this room, Jesus, the ceiling that covers, the floor that holds, the walls that keep the wind away. Bless the doorway and those who pass through it. Bless the devices sleeping on their shelves, the clocks, the curtains, the quiet corners. Let this space feel consecrated to peace, not to productivity. May everything in it agree with rest, and nothing in it argue for hurry. Think of yourself as you would a dear friend arriving late and tired. You would not hand them a list. You would hand them a blanket and say, "I'm glad you're here." Offer yourself that same welcome. Jesus, help us practice tenderness toward our own souls, where the inner voice is sharp round its edges. Where it is loud, turn the volume down. Where it is fearful, stand beside it until it feels safe. Let the breath sweep gently through the body like someone closing drawers in a quiet house. Here, and here, and here. Put away the tools of striving, the sharp thoughts, the measuring sticks. There will be time to take them out again when the sun returns. Jesus, help us store the day without clinging to it. Label it enough and set it on a shelf where gratitude can reach it in the morning. If a pang of loneliness visits, do not argue. Offer it company. You can rest here too. Picture your hand in Jesus' hand, not to pull you forward, but simply to be held. The night has room for what aches and for what heals. Jesus, sit with us in the in-between. Let companionship be the medicine. Let presence be the answer. Let calm be the language we both speak without words. As drowsiness gathers like soft fog along a riverbank, allow yourself to be wrapped in it. No proving, no polishing, only belonging. Jesus, complete the work only you can do while we sleep, renewing places that effort cannot reach, knitting quiet back into frayed edges, watering seeds we cannot see. Keep us under your care. Keep us in your peace. And as we drift, let every breath whisper a small, trusting Amen. Let the night feel like a soft hallway leading you toward a door marked Rest. There is no lock, no test, no finish line, only a handle waiting for your hand. Turn it without hurry. Step over the threshold. The room inside is warm and quiet, prepared for you. Jesus, welcome us here. Remove the pressure to perform. Replace effort with ease, and let our presence be all that is asked. Set down the tools of overthinking, the magnifying glass, the stopwatch, the megaphone. We do not need to analyze ourselves to sleep. We do not need to schedule peace. Tonight, our only practice is softness. Jesus, teach our minds how to recline. Tilt our thoughts back into your care the way a chair leans and catches the body. Let the mechanism of trust hold simple and steady without squeak or strain. If rest feels far, shrink the distance by naming what is near. The cool of air against your cheek, the weight of blankets over your legs, the familiar scent of fabric, the small chorus of quiet household sounds. These are ordinary mercies. Jesus, help us notice what supports us. Let noticing become gratitude. Let gratitude become calm. Let calm become sleep. Step by step, we cross the mild bridge from wakefulness to rest. Imagine your peace as a dim star map above the bed, constellations of kindness tracing gentle lines. Each point of light marks a moment you carried us when we did not know we were heavy. We follow those quiet coordinates now, not with eyes but with breath. Jesus, guide us by subtle glows, not flashing signs. Guide us by nearness, not noise. Guide us by the soft certainty that we are not alone in this room. Let the body become unambitious, no posture to perfect, no stillness to earn. If you need to shift, shift kindly. If you need to sigh, sigh deeply. The bed is an understanding friend. Jesus, let compassion reach even into the small mechanics of resting. Bless the joints, the muscles, the faithful heart doing its quiet work. Bless digestion, temperature, all the uncelebrated balances. Tune the whole system toward ease like strings, gently finding pitch. Old worries may hold up old signs. Urgent. Fix me. Rehearse. Smile at them the way you smile at a play you've seen too many times. You know the lines. You do not need to stay for the encore. Jesus, dim the stage and draw the curtain. Let the theatre empty without argument. Give us permission to leave before the clapping ends, to choose the soft lobby of night where coats and calm are waiting. Think of the morning as a basket already woven, space held for what will come, strong enough without our grasping. We do not need to weave it in the dark. We only need to lie here and be woven into quiet. Jesus, interlace our breathing with your gentleness. Make every inhale a thread of steadying, every exhale a thread of release, until the fabric under us and within us is one continuous piece. Now let drowsiness gather like mist to a valley, settling evenly, kindly, without command. We receive it as farmers receive evening, hands finally open, tools finally still. Jesus, stand sentinel at the edges of our rest. Keep what is needed, keep away what is not. And as we drift, let the last clear thought be simple and true. We are safe, we are seen, we are loved, now and all through the night. Let the night cradle you like gentle hands, steady and sure. Imagine your thoughts as tiny lanterns floating down a quiet river, each one released, each one drifting away without struggle. You don't need to chase them or collect them. You can simply watch their light soften and fade. Jesus, teach us this open-handedness. Let surrender feel natural, like the way a tide knows how to turn without being told. Bring awareness to the breath again, an easy count that comforts more than it measures. In for 4, pause, out for 6. Repeat as if you're rocking a small boat, slow and even. Let the ribs expand like curtains catching a friendly breeze. Let the exhale lengthen like a long, satisfied yes. Jesus, steady our rhythm. Make this calm contagious through the body until even our thoughts sway to the tempo of peace. If a sharp memory nudges, greet it with kindness, the way you would greet a child who cannot sleep. Acknowledge, hush, and tuck it back beneath the covers of your care. We do not need to rewrite the day in the dark. We only need to rest within it. Jesus, give us the gentleness to stop editing ourselves at midnight and the courage to trust that being held is is better than being perfect. Feel how the bed receives your weight without asking for explanation. The mattress does not judge, it supports. Let that support preach a quiet sermon to your muscles and mind. It is safe to let go. Shoulders sink, neck lengthens, jaw releases, eyes grow heavy. Jesus, let this room be a sanctuary and this posture a prayer. As we lower into stillness, raise your calm around us like soft walls that nothing harsh can cross. Invite warmth to gather at your center, then spread outward like tea poured into a cup, filling, steadying, kind. Imagine that warmth as your nearness, Jesus, a presence that doesn't push, a companionship that doesn't crowd. We rest against that presence now. Where the breath catches, smooth it. Where the heart hurries, slow it. Where the mind loops, loosen it. Let everything that wants to rush remember how to be unrushed. Think of 3 small mercies from today and let each one ring like a soft bell. Clear, brief, enough. Perhaps it was a glimpse of sky, a kind word, a moment of relief that arrived on time. Name them quietly. Let gratitude be the bridge from wakefulness to rest. Jesus, receive these offerings with a smile. Turn them into lullabies that play under our dreams, so even sleep hums with thankfulness. If rest still feels a few steps away, shrink the journey. Let the next breath be your only task, not the next hour, not the morning, only this breath, low and slow. Feel calm arrive in increments you can actually receive. Jesus, help us befriend smallness, small steps, small surrenders, small amens. Stack them gently, one upon another, until they become a staircase that leads us down into deep, untroubled sleep. Now picture a quiet horizon where water and night meet. The line between them is soft. The whole scene whispers of enough. We set our worries on a tiny raft and watch them drift until they're part of the dark and no longer ours to manage. Jesus, keep watch as they go. Keep us too. Let drowsiness rise like a slow tide, covering every shore of us with peace and holding us there till morning. Let the edges of this day blur like chalk in a gentle rain. Details soften, colors quiet. You don't need to hold the picture anymore. Let it rest on the easel of night. Jesus, we set down the brush and the need to finish. What's unfinished can wait for morning light. Give us the gift of stopping, the grace of enough, and the courage to be small in the best and safest way. Bring your attention to the simple coordinates of now. The weight of blankets, the easy temperature of the room, the faint hum that proves the world is still turning without your help. Breathe with that truth, in and out, calm and unforced. Jesus, teach our bodies what our hearts are learning. Rest is not earned, it's received. Let that receiving become natural, like the way the tide returns without being told. If rest hesitates at the doorway, make the invitation even gentler. Soften the eyes behind closed lids. Unfurl the tongue from the roof of the mouth. Let the shoulders slide another millimeter toward ease. We don't force sleep, we welcome it. Jesus, make this welcome obvious and warm. Put a quiet yes in the center of us. Let that yes spread outward until even our smallest muscles nod back in agreement. Think of your thoughts as boats in a harbor at dusk. Each one finds its mooring, lines secured, lanterns dimmed. You don't follow them into the dark water. You watch from shore and let the waves do their work. Jesus, be the stillness of this harbor. Keep the swell gentle. Keep the ropes strong. Keep the night kind. Let every idea settle until the water is a sheet of quiet silver, untroubled and whole. Name one kindness you offered today, however small. A reply that was softer than it had to be. A door held, a pause that made space. Let that memory be a hand on your shoulder saying, "You tried." That is enough. Now name one kindness you received. Hold both as proof that goodness moved through this day. Jesus, Multiply those small proofs into peace. Let them weigh more than any hint of worry still lingering. If a difficult feeling rises, let it sit beside you like a guest who arrived late. Offer it a chair, not a debate. Breathe together for a moment. Then, when it's ready, let it do what night teaches best. Quiet down. Jesus, sit with us and with whatever visits. Make the room big enough for honesty and soft enough for rest. Let compassion be the blanket that covers both guest and host alike. Return to the breath that steadies everything. 4 counts in, a tender pause. 6 counts out. Imagine each exhale as a small boat leaving the dock, carrying a single piece of tension away. Boat after boat, slow and silent, until the dock is empty and the harbor still. Jesus, keep the departures unhurried and complete. Where tightness lingers, loosen it. Where speed intrudes, slow it. Where fear whispers, answer with nearness. Now let drowsiness arrive like fog rolling over a meadow, low, cool, inevitable. It erases sharp edges and leaves only shapes that are friendly and familiar. We yield to it gladly. Jesus, keep watch as the fog settles. Guard the borders of our sleep with your calm. Let the hours be unbroken and kind. And as we drift, let the last clear truth be simple. We are safe, we are seen, we are loved, now and until morning. Let the final edges of wakefulness loosen like ribbons untied. You have arrived at the softest part of night, where nothing hurries and nothing asks. Feel the bed accept your whole weight without question. Breathe as if the air itself were kindness entering and leaving, entering and leaving. Jesus, steady our descent into deep rest. Make this hour a quiet harbor where even the smallest thoughts feel no need to move. Place the last fragments of the day in gentle order. A small win, an imperfect moment, a hope for tomorrow. Line them up on an inner shelf and close the cabinet softly. They can wait there, safe and untouched. Jesus, be the keeper of what we cannot finish. Guard our half-done stories. Guard our open circles. Let the night do its mending the way only darkness and your nearness can. Let the breath lengthen again. 4 counts in, pause, 6 counts out, like waves that never tire of returning. Each exhale is a tiny release, a string untied, a quiet door clicked shut. Shoulders slide a fraction lower. The jaw remembers ease, the forehead smooths. Jesus, speak rest to every cell. Speak calm to the nervous system. Speak enough to the places that try to prove themselves, even here, even now. Imagine your peace as a soft quilt laid over this room, stitched with patience, lined with gentleness. It drapes over corners, tucks beneath the mattress, warms the air between breaths. Under that covering, our hearts stop reaching and simply receive. Jesus, keep the night simple for us. Let the path be only this. Inhale, exhale, soften, release, trust, drift. In this simplicity, make us whole again. If a thought circles, let it circle farther out until it becomes part of the quiet landscape and no longer a visitor at the bedside. If a feeling rises, let it dissolve like mist meeting morning. There is nothing to fix here, nothing to chase. Jesus, hold our attention like a hand holds a bird, lightly, kindly, without closing. In your gentle grip, everything living in us settles and sings itself to sleep. Name one small mercy waiting for tomorrow. Light through a window, warm water, a voice that knows your name. Let that promise be soft, not demanding, more lullaby than plan. Jesus, weave that promise into our dreams so hope is quiet and sturdy, not loud and sharp. While we sleep, do the hidden work. Renew what effort cannot touch. Align what striving could not. Water the seeds we forgot we planted. Let the room grow even smaller now, in the best way, until it holds only breath and warmth and the steady presence of love. Thoughts take off their shoes and stop at the door. Time itself moves to a whisper. Jesus, keep watch at the thresholds, at the window of the mind, at the door of the heart. Let nothing harsh pass through, and let everything gentle remain. As we sink, let gratitude be the final word the day hears from us. Thank you for being here. Thank you for holding what we release. Thank you for peace we do not have to earn. Jesus, bless this night with unbroken rest, this body with deep, renewing sleep, this mind with quiet that lasts. Take one more slow breath and let the day soften. You are safe. You are seen. You are loved.